Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Pay and welcome to another episode of Blue Ocean Crypto. I want to introduce you to an exciting new project that recently caught my attention, Portal Fantasy. They reached out to us and I was thoroughly impressed with their approach to the industry and their community at large. They've already formed a strong foundation with established game guilds, including our own, which made me even more eager to share their story with all of you. So without further ado, let's dive right into what makes Portal Fantasy worth your attention. One thing that immediately caught my attention with Portal Fantasy is their well-developed webcomic. As of this recording, they're on chapter at least 18 now, there's probably even more, and I must say it's a compelling and enjoyable way to learn about the game's lore. Whether you're a fan of webcomics or just interested in diving deeper into the world of Portal Fantasy, I highly recommend giving it a read. To give you a better sense of the game's storyline, let me fill you in on some key details. Portal Fantasy is set in a world that has been in peace for 2,000 years after a long war with the goddess who is now dead. However, this peace is suddenly disrupted when creatures known as portals begin to attack humans without warning. Even ancient beings that once coexisted with humans in the wilderness have turned against them, causing chaos to reign. This requires the reopening of the portals to Earth and the search for someone who possesses the power to control them. Portal Fantasy follows a classic trope of being transported into a game, similar to the concept behind Log Horizon. If you're interested in seeing more of what Portal Fantasy has to offer, be sure to check out their intro video. It's short but really well done. One of the main features of Portal Fantasy is the adventure aspect, where you'll explore a vast world filled with puzzles, collectibles, and challenging enemies. This aspect of the game reminds me of classic RPGs like Zelda, with its emphasis on exploration and puzzle solving. But what I find particularly exciting about Portal Fantasy is its capture and battle mode, which feels very reminiscent of traditional Pokemon games. You'll need to carefully choose which portals to deploy in combat, each with their own unique movesets and abilities. Portal Fantasy keeps things simple and nostalgic. In Portal Fantasy, there will be portals of varying rarities, from common to rare and beyond. The power of your portals will likely depend on factors such as their rarity and your progression through the game. As someone who enjoys capture and battle games reminiscent of traditional Pokemon gameplay, I'm excited to see such games entering the Web3 space. While I've seen many games like this before, none have truly stood out to me until now. Portal Fantasy seems to be doing an excellent job, and I will be keeping a close eye on it as we approach the release date. As I mentioned earlier, I had the opportunity to speak with the team behind Portal Fantasy and was impressed with their level of organization. With over 15 full-time staff members and collaborations with top game guilds, this is a promising sign for the game's future. Attracting the attention of game guilds means there's potential for a lot of liquidity to flow into the game, which could lead to a thriving player base and a strong in-game economy. If you're interested in trying out for their beta, be sure to follow their social media accounts for updates and more information. Our game guild is keeping an eye on this game, and I think it's one of the few that's doing it right and has the potential to be a great experience. So if you're a fan of action RPGs, Zelda, or Pokemon style games, be sure to check it out. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or thoughts on this type of game, and until next time, cheers.